creatures great and small, the Lord God made them all. What a beautiful beginning. I love the beginning of Carolyn's speech. It's the icebreaker speech. It's something that I've been waiting for 10 years. And therefore, I thought, 10 years in the making, it better have a great beginning. And it did. It was beautiful. Now, that follows one of my favorite books, actually. One of my favorite writers is a guy called James Herriot. He's a vet. And he also wrote a book called All Creatures Great and Small. So I asked Carolyn, was that the inspiration? And she said, no, it was definitely the hymn. And I love the way how at the beginning of the speech, she actually spoke about the inspiration for the speech and how that led into a discussion of her childhood and the words she used, like lodged. There were things lodged in other things. Things were emerging from other things. And then she went to the vet and she used another powerful great verb, because those are the words I love, by the way, verbs. She used another great verb. I went to the vet and I saw them euthanize. Oh, so sad. So I love the language that she used. It was very evocative language. It was bringing that childhood to mind when she spoke about going into the garden and being a bug chaser. That was just awesome. I could really relate to that because when I grew up in Africa, we didn't chase bugs because we were interested in them. We chased them to kill them. But it's kind of similar. We had chased crabs and other critters. But it really just brought out that idea of your childhood, and it really just gave it life, and I really enjoyed that part about your speech. The second thing that I loved about your speech was how you connected bugs to this guy in Japan who invented Pokemon. I think, promise kept, yeah? Promise kept, yeah? Pokemon ship, promise kept. But I think the history of Pokemon, I never knew the history of Pokemon. I thought Pokemon was just like some idiot, stupid Japanese cartoon. And now I found out it's not, right? It's actually inspired by insects, and it gives me this idea that the world is far more beautiful than we ever suspect. If you look at insects and octopuses and things like that. And then the third part was then you jump back to the U.S. education system, and you spoke about how you chose your majors, and your major was rocks. No, not your major. One of your science courses was rocks, geology. I thought that's pretty funny, actually. But that kind of spoke to how you landed up in Taiwan, but you didn't quite get there, right? Because you came here on the Rhodes Scholarship from the US, and that's how she landed up in Taiwan. It was a Rhodes Scholarship or something like that. Fulbright Scholarship. She came here on a Fulbright Scholarship. And that was because of the majors that she was studying. So I love the speech, the way you just stood up here, you had all the confidence, your voice was perfect pitch, you weren't trying to do too much with the speech, and so we could see that you have the gifts of a natural storyteller, you have the gifts of using powerful evocative language. Just the one small suggestion I would make was, I didn't quite see the connection of the Pokemon guy in the middle of the speech. I think you could have gone off with that and then spoken about, use it as a pathway to why I like Pokemon, or you could have just cut that out entirely and just spoken about your love of insects, but how you were denied studying science in university because of the systems in your school. But that was a fantastic icebreaker speech. I've known you for a long time and I learned a lot about you. General Evaluator.